Released in 1999, the crime-drama thriller Gloria arrived with the challenge of reimagining a beloved classic while also standing on its own as a gritty urban story. Directed by Sidney Lumet, the film carries the signature intensity and realism that made the director one of Hollywood's most respected storytellers. Lumet had already earned legendary status through films like Dog Day Afternoon, 12 Angry Men, and Serpico, and even though Gloria may not be considered one of his most iconic works, it still reflects his talent for creating emotionally driven stories set against harsh city landscapes. The movie stars Sharon Stone in the title role, and her performance becomes the central force that keeps the film engaging from beginning to end. The story follows Gloria, a tough woman recently released from prison who unexpectedly becomes responsible for protecting a young boy named Nicky. The child finds himself in danger after his family becomes connected to violent criminals, and Gloria reluctantly steps into the role of protector. What makes the film interesting is the relationship between these two completely different personalities. Gloria is rough, impatient, emotionally guarded, and clearly someone who has survived through hard choices. Nicky, on the other hand, is frightened, vulnerable, and trying to understand the dangerous world suddenly surrounding him. Their uneasy partnership slowly becomes the emotional heart of the film. Without revealing major spoilers, the movie focuses on survival, trust, loyalty, and redemption. Much of the tension comes from Gloria trying to stay one step ahead of criminals while also learning how to care for someone other than herself. The film combines action, emotional drama, and suspense in a way that keeps viewers invested not just in what happens next, but in how the characters change through their journey together. One of the strongest aspects of the movie is the atmosphere. Sidney Lumet gives the film a grounded and realistic style that makes New York City feel like a living character. The streets, apartments, alleys, and crowded environments create a constant sense of danger. Unlike flashy action thrillers that rely heavily on spectacle, Gloria keeps things personal and intimate. The tension often comes from conversations, close escapes, and emotional conflicts rather than large-scale action sequences. This approach gives the movie a raw tone that fits the story very well. Sharon Stone delivers a performance that is very different from many of the glamorous or seductive roles audiences often associated with her during the 1990s. Here, she appears hardened, exhausted, sarcastic, and emotionally damaged. Yet beneath the rough exterior, there is vulnerability. Stone manages to balance toughness with humanity, which makes Gloria feel believable instead of simply becoming an action movie stereotype. She brings intensity to the role, especially during scenes where Gloria's patience is tested or when her protective instincts begin to emerge. The film gave Sharon Stone an opportunity to showcase her dramatic abilities rather than relying only on charisma or style. Her performance may not have received universal praise from critics at the time, but many viewers appreciated the commitment she brought to the character. She carries almost every scene, and even when the script becomes uneven, her presence keeps the movie emotionally grounded. The young actor playing Nicky, Jean-Luc Figueroa, deserves recognition for his performance as well. Child performances in thriller films can sometimes feel artificial or overly dramatic, but here the character feels natural. His chemistry with Sharon Stone is essential because the entire story depends on whether the audience believes their connection. Fortunately, the two actors work surprisingly well together. Their conversations often provide. The supporting cast also contributes to the film's gritty atmosphere. The criminals in the movie are presented in a realistic way rather than as exaggerated villains. This grounded portrayal makes the danger feel more immediate. The performances from the supporting actors help maintain the serious tone that Sidney Lumet aimed for throughout the film. From a technical standpoint, the movie succeeds in creating suspense through pacing and visual style. The cinematography captures the darker side of urban life with muted colors and shadowy environments. There is a constant sense that danger could appear around any corner. The camera work often stays close to the characters, making viewers feel trapped within the tension alongside them. This style fits the emotional focus of the story because the movie is less about grand action scenes and more about the pressure the characters experience moment by moment. The soundtrack and score are also effective without becoming overwhelming. Rather than using loud music to force emotion, the film often allows silence and atmosphere to create tension. This restrained approach works well for a story centered on fear and emotional isolation. One interesting aspect of Gloria is that it is a remake of the 1980 film of the same name directed by John Cassavetes. The original version starred Gena Rowlands and was highly respected by critics. Because of that, the 1999 version faced comparisons from the moment it was announced. Some audiences preferred the emotional depth and raw energy of the original film, while others appreciated the updated style and Sharon Stone's interpretation of the character. Watching the remake today allows viewers to see how Hollywood attempted to reinterpret a classic story for a newer audience at the end of the 1990s. Even though Gloria did not become a massive commercial success, it still offers several qualities that crime thriller fans may enjoy. The film avoids becoming overly complicated and instead focuses on character relationships and emotional tension. That simplicity can actually be refreshing compared to many modern thrillers filled with excessive twists and non-stop action. The movie knows its core strength lies in the bond between Gloria and Nicky, and it wisely keeps returning to that emotional center. Another reason the film remains interesting is because of Sidney Lumet's directing style. Lumet was known for drawing strong performances from actors and building tension through realistic storytelling rather than flashy techniques. Even in a film that received mixed reviews, his craftsmanship remains visible. He understands how to create dramatic weight through dialogue, facial expressions, and atmosphere. Fans of character-driven crime dramas may appreciate this more restrained filmmaking approach. The movie also explores themes of redemption in subtle ways. Gloria is not introduced as a heroic figure. She has made mistakes, spent time in prison, and carries emotional scars from her past. Her journey gradually becomes about rediscovering compassion and responsibility. The story never turns her into a perfect hero, which actually makes the character more compelling. She remains flawed, impatient, and sometimes reckless, but viewers can still root for her because her actions reveal a growing sense of humanity. There are moments in the film where humor appears unexpectedly, usually through Gloria's sharp dialogue or the awkward interactions between her and Nicky. These lighter moments help balance the darker elements of the story and make the relationship between the characters feel more authentic. Instead of becoming relentlessly grim, the movie allows room for personality and emotional connection. Of course, the film is not without weaknesses. Some critics felt the screenplay lacked the emotional power of the original version, and certain scenes may feel predictable for viewers familiar with crime thrillers. At times, the pacing slows down, especially during dialogue-heavy sections. However, for audiences who enjoy character-focused storytelling, these slower moments may actually enhance the emotional impact. Sharon Stone's performance remains the film's biggest talking point. She fully commits to portraying Gloria as a woman constantly fighting both external threats and internal emotional barriers. Her version of the character feels modern for its time, combining vulnerability with fierce determination. Whether viewers love or dislike the film overall, her effort and screen presence are difficult to ignore. Watching Gloria today also provides a nostalgic glimpse into late 1990s filmmaking. The movie captures the era's style without becoming overly dependent on trends or visual gimmicks. The urban atmosphere, practical filmmaking techniques, and grounded storytelling give it a timeless quality that many contemporary thrillers lack. For viewers who enjoy emotional crime dramas with strong central performances, Gloria offers an experience worth exploring. It may not reach the legendary status of some classic thrillers, but it still delivers suspense, emotional depth, and memorable character moments. The relationship between Gloria and Nicky keeps the film emotionally engaging, while Sidney Lumet's direction provides authenticity and tension throughout the story. In the end, Gloria is less about action and more about unexpected human connection. Beneath the crime and danger lies a story about second chances, trust, and personal redemption. The movie succeeds best when it focuses on the emotional transformation of its central character, and Sharon Stone's committed performance ensures that Gloria remains memorable long after the credits roll. This movie is available on YouTube free.